Well, this third USFL championship game being played at Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The weather about 40 minutes ago went sour. A thunderstorm perched itself on the rim of the stadium and has been dropping a light rain since that time. We're hopeful that it will go away before too much time passes by. It is, however, very warm, and the rain may eventually provide a more comfortable evening for the Oakland Invaders and the Baltimore Stars. Jovic hammers the ball. McCant circles back into the end zone, and he started to come with it and will not. He was within an inch of stepping out of the end zone and then decided on urging from Scott Werner that he stay there. And so the Baltimore Stars will start at their own 20 with Chuck Fusina at quarterback out of Penn State. He's been the quarterback from the beginning for these Stars when they were in Philadelphia and now Baltimore. Kelvin Bryant and Alan Harbin will line up behind him with Scott Fitzke, Victor Harrison, the wide receivers, and Ken Dunnick, the tight end. And here's the first snap of the ball game.
Yellow 58.
Fusina throws on first down. Caught from behind. He had nobody to throw to. He's pulled down at the 15-yard line by Monty Bennett, who led the Oakland team in sacks this year with 7. He's a big guy who had a year with the New Orleans Saints. His college was Kansas State. He's 6'4", 275. The offensive front for Baltimore consists of Joe Conwell, Bill Dugan, Bart Oates, Chuck Comiskey, and Irv Eatman. And it's a very good offensive front. And it's perhaps unusual that somebody would penetrate this early to get a sack on their quarterback, but he had plenty of time to look around and simply had nobody to throw to. So it's second down and about 15. And the ball is given to Kelvin Bryant. And Bryant will get 1 yard as the Oakland Invaders defensive unit swarms all over him. They play a 3-4, these Invaders, with Monty Bennett, Tim Moore, and Dave Browning. Reuben Vaughn alternates at nose tackle. The linebackers, and they're good ones. They're Ed Smith, Gary Plummer, Ray Bentley, and David Shaw. And the secondary consists of corners Vito McKeever and Derek Martin. The strong safety is a big hitter, David Greenwood, and John Sullivan is the free safety.
4-2. No, Penny.
It is third down and 14. Fusina's pass is away, and it is caught by Willie Collier. Coming off a separation of the shoulder, and Collier breaking free. Fusina was absolutely perfect with the pass, and it's first down Stars, and now they've got breathing room.
Jim Morris said that he didn't think the weather would be a factor, and certainly it has not stopped him from executing his game plan, starting out the game with a pass, somewhat unusual for this ball club against this team. Here on 3rd and long, Willie Collier finding an opening over David Greenwood, number 31, for the big gain on the first down.
Ball is at the 42, and Fusina continues to throw, goes to the tight end Dunnick, and Dunnick steps out of bounds just across midfield and close to a first down. They'll leave him a yard short after the catch. Baltimore uses their tight ends as pass receivers a lot. They're very important in the offensive control of the game for the Stars, which means, Swanee, that the big guy back there, David Greenwood, is going to be kept busy and perhaps will leave the quicker people to somebody else.
Whenever they come into man-to-man coverage, he will be responsible for the tight end in that coverage.
Second down and 1. It goes to Kelvin Bryant, and Kelvin has the first down as he punches his way. Just slammed his way to the 48 with David Shaw and Tim Moore making the contact defensively.
I am somewhat surprised at this opening drive for Baltimore. I anticipated that Baltimore would try and establish the running game and try and maintain control offensively. The one thing they don't want to do is give the ball to Oakland on offense all the time, because they can score a lot of points. They've scored more points in the regular season than Baltimore. But I think because of the receivers being injured, Victor Harrison was hurt, James Carver's been hurt, Willie Collier has not really been tested on his broken shoulder, clavicle. He has not been tested, but yet they're still going to the passing game.
On first down from the 48, David Riley has it underneath. Bobbles the ball, but holds on to the Oakland 39-yard line. So the Baltimore Stars. And again, I say that's a bit of a misnomer because they've never played a game in Baltimore.
You'll see Riley bobble the ball, but he's going to get hit by 51 Gary Plummer and number 50 Ray Bentley. And Gary Plummer, or excuse me, Bentley seemed to have hit him just a bit wrong. Took his time getting up, Keith.
2nd down and 2. Ball is given to Alan Harvin, and Alan Harvin slides his way to just inside the 38 and will be close to a 1st down. Depends on the spot they give to him. Harvin is out of Cincinnati. 205, only 5'9". Sometimes he can get lost in the melee along the line of scrimmage and pop out of there and make a big play. And they'll bring in the change. So the Baltimore Stars deserting character perhaps just a little bit, or tendency at least. Character is not the proper word. Deserting tendency and moving the ball upfield on a big 3rd down pass to Willie Collier. And Willie playing with a tender shoulder as a result of a separation.
Either one of these teams, Keith, can come out throwing the football and then revert back to the running game. Throughout the course of the season, the Baltimore team passed for 533 times, and they tried to run 564. The Oakland team passed 518 times and ran the ball 519.
They need about a foot for the 1st down. On 3rd down, Fusina keeps it, sticks his helmet into the stack, and surely will have it around the 37 of Oakland. And now the rain seems to be easing up just a little bit. It would be a shame to have rain all night long, because I think this is going to be a good football game.
After having talked with the players for the last couple of days, Keith, I don't think the rain or snow or anything else would stop them this evening from playing the best possible football they knew how.
Ball is just short of the 36-yard line in Oakland's side of the field, and the Stars have a 1st down. Bryant and David Riley are in the backfield. Play action to Bryant. Fusina gets some pressure, throws to Bryant. He's got it, 25-20, and down to about the 16-yard line. Kelvin Bryant slipping through the crowd into the short zone, and one-on-one, he is a holy terror.
He certainly is. He just goes where his instincts lead him. Midway through the season, he was injured, had some ankle problems, came back, didn't seem to have the condition he needed to really pull this team along. He's come on just as this entire team has developed throughout the season. I didn't give him a chance to be here in the playoffs, but here they are.
Fusina's 4 out of 4 to 4 different receivers. It's 1st down at the Oakland 16. And Chuck back to throw one more time. Goes into the corner. It is Fitzke. Touchdown. Scott Fitzke can't run you a 4.4 40. But he sure can beat you. He was right in the corner of the end zone, almost running out of real estate as he slipped behind Vito McKeever, but he made the catch.
Right there is where he beats Vito. That outside move, as soon as he gets him inside, he now can manipulate him to find that corner of the end zone, breaking back to the outside. Body control, knew exactly where he was in the football field. Watch his concentration. The ball's coming in, yet his feet do not take the full stride out of bounds.
In the one game played between these two teams, Baltimore, the 2nd week of the season, got out to a 17-0 lead. Anthony Carter caught a pass to tie at 17 with 1 second to play, and then they played a scoreless overtime. The extra point try by David Trout nailed. So with 10 minutes and 39 seconds to play in the 1st quarter, the Baltimore Stars take the ball and move it 80 yards for this touchdown.
This is the kind of ball control drive that I'm sure is a part of the game plan of Jim Mora. Possess the football, mix up your pass plays, don't be afraid to go deep, and when you find the opening, take it and make it count.
So it is now Oakland's turn to see the ball. The rain is lighter, but still umbrellas are a comfortable thing to have. The Oakland Invaders, a football team that is 15-0 when they have scored first. That cannot be in this game.
0-4-1 in games they have not scored first.
The Baltimore Stars now with the football out near the 27-yard line have got to go to the 45 for their 1st down. They need 18 yards to send Kelvin Bryant into the middle, and he spins it up to about the 31 before he is thrown down, losing that arm pad in the process. And it will be 4th down, or it'll be third down for Baltimore now. And Bryant trying to see if he's going to come out, but he will stay without the arm pad. He's been nicked and bruised, I think, virtually the entire season. But he is a big game player.
Yes,
now he's coming out.
You see there his stats for the playoffs. Solid performer. This could be a very interesting, a very important play here, Keith. If Oakland can hold him, they can obtain field position here, something neither team has had so far in their first possessions.
3rd and 14. Bennett gets in and hits Fusina. The pass is intercepted by David Greenwood on the way to the corner. Touchdown. Monty Bennett, number 91, was storming in from the left side. Fusina hurried his pass a little bit because he saw Bennett coming right down the barrel at him and trying to get the ball to Tom Donovan, and Greenwood goes 43 for the TD.
That's number 91 Bennett. He does a good job in positioning Eatman, going by him on the outside and then laying a stick on Chuck Fusina. But now watch the position of David Greenwood. He has to hold back here a little bit. He gets up in front, takes the ball away. Now he knows he has clear sailing down the sideline.
So the former high jumper takes it in for the touchdown. And Novo Bojovic now, and they make it a 44-yard return. Will try to tie it up. And he does. At 4:05 to go in the first quarter of the 3rd USFL title game, we're even at 7-7.
David Greenwood was injured early on in the season. Marcus Quinn was a guy who was playing for this team in the secondary, who had a great year, was traded down to Tampa. He hurried up, got himself together and well, came back. He only had 3 interceptions on the regular season, but now makes the biggest one of the year for the playoffs. This young man evens it up in a hurry. It's a tie ball game with 4:05 in the first quarter.
Bojovic will kick off with McCants, Worthy, and Werner deep for Baltimore. A 7-7 ball game. Low skidding kick. They leave it alone. It might go out, and it does. That'll cost them 5, or they have an option of taking it at the 30. And while they're parading back upfield, let's spend a moment with Tim Brand as he talks to David Greenwood.
David, a lot of pressure on Fusina back there. It looked like he threw off balance. The ball didn't have a whole lot on it, and you read it perfectly.
I have no idea what Fusina was doing. I just like to thank the Lord Jesus Christ for giving me the ability to be able to be in that position.
What coverage were you in? It looked like man coverage all
We're
over.
in man coverage. They got me the first time on it. I took a little inside fake the first time they ran it. They got it to him, and I said, run it again? You know,
Challenge.
amen.
All right, Keith.
He likes a challenge.
We should probably point out, Keith, that Tom Donovan was injured in last week's ball game and injured his leg, so he is slightly gimpy in this ball game.
Down to feet are running down, though.
He couldn't have run him down. Greenwood didn't try and play him tight in that coverage, sat back and then picked it off.
This time Novo hits it solid, and it'll go to Worthy at the 6-yard line. Promptly fumbles it, picks it up, gets some help. And a pretty good return by Gary Worthy. After bobbling the ball, he muffed it for a moment, but got some help from 3 of his teammates and puts it back out around the 33. That, incidentally, was the first time in Stars history that an interception has been returned for a touchdown against them. So out comes Fusina again now, and they'll start from the 32.
First and 10, ball on the 32.
Stars averages on the season, not a high-scoring team. Defense kept them together, at least halfway. Kelvin Bryant looking for a sweep, has to come back inside with it. There's nothing there. Ron Lynn's got that Oakland defensive bunch snorting. Those 2 inside backers, Plummer and Bentley, are just creating havoc for the blocking schemes of the Stars.
They are running laterally very well on the inside so far with 3:10 to play in this first period. Probably the strongest part of the Oakland defense is that group of linebackers. They'll run a lot of games up front with the people. The down linemen trying to create some pressure, some missed assignments on the blocking scheme. But for the most part, they're not a real strong physical defensive team.
3 wideouts in the game now for the Stars, and Fusina back, has good protection this time, has to dump it off to Kelvin Bryant. And Bryant goes for a first down as he gets up near the 44. Gary Plummer, again, the backer trailing the play, making the stop. There were 3 linebackers there. Smith, Bentley, and Plummer making the tackle on Bryant as he got up to the 44-yard line.
As you see right here, David Greenwood coming in on the pass rush. Bryant just slips by him when the hole gets open there, makes the catch. Short pass, but for a long gain, and that's his 10th catch of the playoffs, and the only person who has more catches in the playoffs happens to be Anthony Carter, who came in with 11.
And who's yet to see the ball in tonight's game. Bryant, without question, has to be the big play man for the Stars. First down, 44. Play action, and Fusina goes deep with it for Fitzke. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. He was bumping a little bit with Vito McKeever going down the sidelines, but maybe it forced him out of bounds. I don't know.
Scott Fitzke is so lucky. I mean, he is so lucky they don't call him for pass interference, because just prior to making his catch, or attempted catch over Vito McKeever, he reached back and looked like he just pushed him, straight-armed him to get a cushion. But the official apparently just didn't see it. It's right there. You see the arm go back. Now, it's okay to jostle, to have a little contact, but that's where you usually get the interference call on the offense.
Second down and 10. Bryant. Look at that long stride in the middle of traffic. He knows he's running out of territory, but he takes that long lunge ahead and comes up in a fist fight. 1:40 to play. Bryant's hot.
Yeah, he's hot from the inside out. Apparently he feels that someone gave him extra jab down underneath. But here's that long stride, Keith, you're talking about in traffic. He's looking for an opening. He's weaving on right about here. There's that stride. He just takes it, one man holding on to an ankle, and he just stretches it out there.
That was
then
about
gets
4 yards, wasn't it?
It sure was. Then gets up swinging. Look, he's got the Otis Sistrunk man from Mars look tonight.
Well, he'll be back in Tarboro pretty soon. And here's what caused the fight, I guess. Greenwood and Bryant getting into it.
Well, Greenwood had him around the helmet. Kelvin felt he should let go of his head.
Ball comes up to the 49 on the Oakland side. Third down, about 3.5. Drill to Fitzke and incomplete. And again, Fusina was feeling some pressure. Bennett coming in, and number 77, Reuben Vaughn, who's in at nose tackle now, was in the neighborhood as well. So at 1:19 to go in the first quarter, Sean Landetta comes on the field to punt. Sean averaging right at 42 yards during the regular season and just under 40 on 11 punts in the playoffs.
Well, we've had a chance to see the defense for the Oakland Invaders flex its muscle here. Now we'll see if the offense can hold up its part of this game and put some points on the board, apply some pressure to Baltimore.
Something new. Stars shifting around. If they can pull them offside, that would be a first down. Has a man in motion on punt formation. You don't see that, but the snap is high. Landetta saves it, and it spins it out of there. And they got a chance to down it deep. And they do. At the 1. Mark McCants, the hot man on kick coverage, hustling downfield and puts it down on the 1. It was a 48-yard punt with a roll. All of that movement and shifting and a man in motion in punt formation. But Oakland kept its cool and the Invaders didn't jump. Hebert out of the end zone. Goes for Carter. Lane is there. Penalty flag. Carter ran up his back.
Smart move. The best thing Anthony Carter could have done under the situation. Garcia Lane was back deep. And Keith, don't tell me Anthony Carter didn't go back and say I was wide open the first possession the last time. Whatever you do,
Pass interference.
Bobby,
Number
throw
1.
it in the air.
Offense. Loss of down.
I can beat him. But right here, Garcia Lane is going to make the catch. Anthony Carter did the best thing by here creating the pass interference and knocking the ball away from him. We saw last week where a defensive back for the Birmingham Stallions is tripping, falling down, and let a receiver catch a ball, Victor Harris, in the end zone for a touchdown. He should have grabbed him, stopped him from doing it. Here, Anthony Carter may get a penalty, but his team still has possession of the football.
On second down and 10 from their own 1. With 20 seconds to go in the first quarter, a 7-7 tie. Hebert loops it upfield and is intercepted by Scott Werner, who laterals the ball to Jonathan Sutton, and Sutton is knocked out of bounds inside the 20. With 8 seconds to play in the first quarter, and we've got a big fight going on down in the end zone. We had 2 big guys, Pete Kugler
and John Williams, number 43.
John Williams got into it back there. Kugler, of course, a veteran of the wars from the San Francisco 49ers.
Offense, personal foul against the defense, penalties canceled.
So they wipe it off, and here's another look at the interception.
Now we understand that Oakland likes to throw the football downfield. This is a very dangerous situation, being backed up in your end zone. The secondary is expecting you to throw the football. They've got Warner in there, their 5th defensive back. They're looking for the passes to the outside on the sidelines. They played it extremely well. Bobby Hebert may have done well just to throw this ball out of bounds or just keep the ball on the ground. Be more conservative down here, backed up in their own end zone.
Should have thrown that one in the seats. Well, it's those kind of little mistakes that have been troublesome for Bobby along the way so far. But still, he has enormous talent. First quarter is over, and after 1, 7-7, but Baltimore will have an early threat in the second quarter. Indeed, the trappings are here for a title game. We go to the second quarter of play. The ball at Oakland's 15-yard line as the result of the interception. Chuck Fusino opens with David Riley and Kelvin Bryant behind him. Bryant. And Kelvin is down to about the 7. That opening drive by the Baltimore Stars gives them the obvious edge in the stats.
As you see there in time of possession, have a fantastic edge, and their yards passing is somewhat unusual. 81 yards passing to make up their total of 111. A very strong opening drive is the credit, is what you have to give credit to most of that yards for.
From just inside the 7, Bryant goes up the middle, touchdown. Looks like they're trapped in the middle, and Kelvin tap dance through it easily.
There are a lot of tempers flaring out there, Keith. After the play was completely over, one of the players, I don't know it, one of the Oakland players was very upset. I think it was a linebacker, Plummer, was very upset about something that happened in the course of this drive, or that last play, pushed one of the Philadelphia players, and the flag was thrown. We'll see if that flag was thrown just to control the action, or if he intends on levying the penalty.
Counts a touchdown after the play. Personal foul against the offense. Personal foul against the defense.
Well,
penalties canceled.
The second time in the game that 2 fouls have canceled them out.
We'll call it the control flag, Keith,
to
maintain the game. This game, football, is one of opportunity. We saw where Baltimore came up with a big interception, and now the offense translates that into a touchdown.
That's very important, because through the first 2/3 of the season they were not doing. Reardon holds, Happy snaps, and David Trout kicks. Good. A couple of looks. First, from the ground level, watch the hole Bryant finds.
It just opened right up that block right there, where the entire line was just pushed down and the hole was opening up. I think if you look at it from our end zone camera, They were overplaying the right side just a bit. You see the good block on 50 on the linebacker. Kelvin Bryant reads it, cuts to his left, and it's an easy touchdown.
I believe that was Riley that took down the linebacker, and from then on it was nobody. So it is now 14-7. The Stars back to the lead. The rain has let up now. I really don't see any falling for the moment, though a few umbrellas are still out. 14-7 Stars as Trout prepares to kick off. Low knuckleball that Brown takes at the 12. Otis Brown comes back to the 38-yard line. And now David Trout wants to have a fight.
Oh, David Trout is going to get flagged right here. I don't know who initiated the action. Now he's getting a lecture from Moore because Moore saw it also. When he was being accosted, if you will, by one of the players from Oakland, official was standing right behind him. Dave just snuck a quick hand out and punched him.
Number 1 of the kicking team.
And that's why he was caught. So take a look right here. He's got the ball away. Now somebody goes after him. Smith.
Ed Smith.
And gets mad. I see right there.
That's a mismatch, Dave. That is a mismatch.
Well, the kickers are football players too, and sometimes they have to have some big guy who's designated to go after them if they're going to be in position to make a tackle. That time he was almost in position of having to save a touchdown run.
Yeah, but it also, that penalty now puts that football all the way down on the Baltimore 47-yard line.
And I think that's why he got the lecture from Jim Moore.
You betcha. Otherwise, they're back on their own 37, 38. Hebert gives it to John Williams on a sweep. And Williams is tough on the corner. And he's close to a first down. George Cooper was out there with him, but Williams dropped his shoulder and let George have a lick just a little bit short where they mark him out. Kelvin Bryant now with Tim Brandt.
All right, Keith, and we're going to talk about the touchdown play. Let's take a look at it. And it looked like they ran themselves out of the play, and you made a nice cut.
Yeah, you know, I think they overran it. The offensive line stayed on their blocks, and David Riley, fullback, made a good block, and, I just cut it back to the left, and, wasn't nobody there.
Well, David Riley took that linebacker and put him right down.
Yeah, he did a great job. He's been blocking good all year, and, we just hope he can keep it up.
All right, Keith.
2nd and 1 for Oakland. Hebert looks for the big one. Down the middle, it is good. And down inside the 20. Gordon Banks makes the catch. 5'10", 175. Had a couple of years with the Saints. Didn't get much playing time. That is Oakland's second first down of the ball game.
Gordon Banks comes into this playoff having caught 62 passes on the season for 5 touchdowns. Anthony Carter ran a deep post to stretch out this defensive team of Baltimore, but there you see number 25, Scott Warner, who was there to make the stop, just short of him breaking into the outside for a touchdown.
They mark it on the 20. First down, Invaders. This is Albert Bentley. And he's a reckless sort of a runner and picks up about 6 yards on that carry.
Number 32, Albert Bentley. He was one of these players who came in with the merger of the Michigan Panthers. He did not get a chance to play a great deal while he was with Michigan. There were just other people that were doing better at the time. But he's a player that never gives you less than 100%. He gets a good block out there in front by Williams. Sees a little small crease, just lowers his shoulders and takes everyone on.
He got 7, 2nd down 3 from the 13 of the Stars. Williams in the middle to the 10, and that'll be a 1st and goal. Pete Kugler got a piece of him, but Williams is a very, very tough short yardage runner. He, like Greenwood, out of Wisconsin, 3 carries. He's picked up 18, 10, and 3 the hard way.
Picked up an excellent block from number 74, Ray Penny, the left tackle, former teammate of mine in Pittsburgh. He came down on number 96, Don Fielder, just stood him up, and that provided a nice running lane for Williams to crack through.
A.C. Carter is not in the game at the moment. They've got a tight end in there for blocking. Give the ball to Bentley. And Bentley gets down around the 7, maybe the 6, before he's tumbled out of bounds. One of the things about Bentley and Williams both, when they start running that corner, they just sort of pick up momentum. And though they may run 2/3 of the way across the field, they're going to get something out of it.
Well, they just, like you said, they're big people. They pick up steam. They're not the quickest people in the world. So you want to try and make contact with them early to stop that momentum.
Split it, split it, split it.
Inside the 7, near the 6, Carter is back in. Second down and goal. Hebert looks to throw, looks at Banks, throws down the middle, and nothing there. The tight end, Doug Cozen, was cutting over the middle. A penalty flag goes down as Bobby Hebert is clobbered, and you're going to get a roughing the passer call, I think, against Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson or Sam Mills. Number 98 is Johnson. Sam Mills is 54. Both of them seem to be getting up from that pile.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 98 defense.
Mike Johnson. Here's the blitz. Everybody is coming and their cousin. You see Johnson break through. The ball is gone here. No, that's a close call. Johnson's got his head down. He wasn't really looking up. He knew the blitz was on. There wasn't a lot of time that passed by in order for Hebert to get the ball away. We'll take another look. Usually they don't call roughing the passer in a situation like this unless a defensive lineman goes for the head or he makes a hit well after the ball is thrown. You see right here, the ball is just being released as he's going in the air. That's a close call, Keith.
I would agree. It's marginal. But it gives them a first down inside the 5 at about the 3. And Hebert gives it to Bentley, and Bentley is turned upside down at about the 2.
Scott Warner, Sam Mills, all in that particular play. Scott Warner, I think, was the first man who came in. Low bridge. Bentley here. We'll take a look at number 54, Sam Mills. He's stringing out along the sideline. We see number 25, Scott Warner, come up. Mills takes on the lead blocker. And then it leaves it open for Scott Warner to come in and up in Albert Bentley.
Ball is on the 2. Second down and goal for the Invaders. 9:38 to play in the first half. Tom Newton, the big man, is in there at fullback. Ball goes to Williams, and he dives close, but not quite. He was trying to follow Big Tom Newton, a 240-pounder who played here for the New York Jets for 6 years.
Yeah, he seemed to go straight up in the air and straight down on that play, Keith.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
It is 3rd and goal, and the ball is going to be put down about 1.5 feet away.
Take a look at this. Ground level makes you feel like you're right there. He goes up in the air. He's hit.
I think that's Warner again, wasn't it?
Yes. Warner gets back there. He's like a little cannonball.
He's not so little. He's big and strong. He's 195 pounds. Heck of a player for the University of Georgia Bulldogs. Ball's a half a yard away. 3rd and goal. Williams, touchdown.
Well, it took him a few plays in short. John Williams finally comes up with the touchdown.
And you go back to that ruckus that Dave Trout got into, and that 15-yard penalty for a personal foul that was tacked on to Faulkner's kick return, and they have cashed it in.
Well, Bojovic makes this extra point. It'll be a 14-14 ball game. But mistakes and the turnovers and the offense being opportunistic has been the key to this ball game so far, with the exception of the opening drive by Baltimore for the touchdown. It's been a game of mistakes and opportunities.
Fred Bassani holds it, and Bojovic kicks it right through. So we're back to square one. 14-14 now with an even 9 minutes to play in the first half. John Williams has banged one in for the TD. And the rain has stopped at Giant Stadium. It is first down from the 28 of Oakland for the Stars.
Yellow 58.
Blitz, if you've seen it, ducks it, runs away from it, Gets his pass away to Bryant. He's got a first down, out of bounds, kills the clock inside the 20.
They had a chance on the blitz. Number 21, Oliver Davis, did not break cleanly through, but he breaks clean enough where he could have grabbed on the Chuck. Right here, he just gets sandwiched between, he falls down. But watch here, Reuben Vaughn has a chance to chase him, starts limping, pulls up short. Chuck Fusina has the time and finds Kelvin Bryant, the man who was blocking Oliver Davis when he came in on the blitz.
Clock shows 1:51 to go in the first half.
Vaughn's on the sideline. He may have pulled a hamstring or something, or twisted his ankle.
Kelvin Bryant is out for a play. Back goes Fusina to throw. Gets it off. Incomplete. David Shaw. Angelo Snipes, 59. Young man from West Georgia. Reaching up and almost snared that one and hurt himself a little bit, and he comes out.
Take a look here at Fitzke. The ball was intended for him. Vito McKeever plays him very well. Loses his balance right there, though. Good thing.
That's complete if Angelo doesn't get a hand on it.
Really, good thing Angelo was there, and Angelo goes off to the sideline.
He's the designated quarterback hunter for the Invaders.
Led the team in sacks with 11.5 on the regular season.
Bryant is back now. Lines up with Wiley. Right up the middle, towards the goal line, touchdown. They blew him away.
Blew him away. Caught him in the blitz. They're not the best dancers in the world, but they get in the end zone often enough to practice. Take a look. The defense is blitzing. Nobody's in the middle once Kelvin Bryant breaks through that line. Everyone's being chased. David Greenwood slips on the turf. He doesn't have a chance to make the stop short of a touchdown. Kelvin Bryant goes in for another. You see at ground level, everybody's up on the offense on the line of scrimmage with the blitz. Nobody's going to catch him at this point. He eases up, does his high step across the line.
Trout for the point. Snap was low. Reardon got it down, and Trout knocked it through.
He appeared to be out of shape, having to come off the field so often. He cornered me and said, anybody be out of shape when you're running for 76 yards. Out of there.
They'll put it in the end zone and come out to the 20. As Sean Faulkner, realizing he's about 3 yards deep, he could see that wave of white coming down, having penetrated the wedge. So he didn't want to mess with it. He wants to give Hebert the best field position he can, and that'll be at the 20-yard line. So far, Hebert is 4 out of 7 for 42 yards, and there's the scoring drive. Bryant having taken it in from 17, and so far, from the offensive point of view, Baltimore has been utterly dominant, but it's only 21-14.
With the exception of that last drive where they only had to go 41 yards, they have taken possession at about their own 20-yard line, and they've put together some successful drives.
They got Holloway and Carter lined up together now at the bottom of the picture. Two speedsters. Hebert goes for Gordon Banks, and it's tipped away. Nice play by Garcia Lane.
We talk about the defensive unit being a team, playing as a solid unit, not giving up a lot, creating a situation where one player can come through and make the great play. Oakland has receivers crossing from left to right, and only one going from right to left. Only one receiver, Gordon Banks, going from left to right. Looks like he's going to be wide open, but right here, Garcia Lane gets up in the air, makes a swipe at the ball. It's a big play.
Second down and 10. Draw play. Albert Bentley to the 26. Upended by Sam Mills and Billy Hardy.
Oakland taking a timeout right here.
With 1:24 to play in the first half. They have 2 remaining. Baltimore has 1 remaining.
Both these head coaches, Charlie Sumner, you see there, conferring with Bobby Hebert, and Jim Moore, are coaches who are always very poised and cool under pressure. They don't get flustered. They try and put together the best possible game plans, and both of them have very flexible game plans. They think something's going to work. They come into it. They try and make it work. They can make adjustments throughout the ball game to make it work better. If it's not working at all, change it around.
Oakland's offense reflecting pretty much the same kind of balance they showed during the course of the regular season. They've thrown 8 times. Bentley has run 6, and Williams has run for 6 plays. Sam Mills came to the sideline for a moment to visit with Vince Tobin, the defensive coordinator for the Stars, and takes the message back to the defensive team, and that's the time remaining in the first half.
A contrast in philosophies. Oakland wanting to go deep with the football. Baltimore Stars willing to give you things short. They'll bend, but they try not to break.
Mills blitzing. They got him. They had to go across and pick up Mills, and in doing so, Mills showed blitz. They had to adjust for it, and that freed Don Fielder, and it is Fielder who puts Hebert on his back.
You see Mills, number 54, coming in from the top. He picks up John Williams, but he brushes off the block of Ray Penny. He actually knocked Ray Penny off the block, Keith, and allowed him to come in to make the sack.
And it's Baltimore that calls the timeout this time, because it is 4th down and about 14, close to 15. Baltimore killing the clock with 1:20 to play because they know now they get the ball back at pretty good field position.
Watch right here, the pressure. Everybody's coming. And one man gets it. Oh, baby.
Yeah, with Sam Mills, it made it possible for Fielder all the way, wasn't it?
Nice little move. He just came in. He took on John Williams, number 43, but he just brushed Ray Penny off the block of Fielder with his shoulder. Fielder freed up and came on through.
Told Sam he was too short to play in the NFL.
Well,
Play on my team. Oh, I tell you, over the 3 years that we've been covering the USFL, Sam Mills has made as many good defensive plays as anybody I can think about.
And he's had as many opportunities also. He has not missed a defensive play for this team in the 3 years he's been here. Watch right now. Stan Tally's a good punter, but Baltimore has everybody on the line. They'll try and go for the block.
10 white shirts. You feel a little outnumbered when you got that many up there, and the punter's sitting back there waiting. The punt's away, though. And it's Lane back at the 38. Finds a hole. And comes back to about the 40. He almost broke that. Number 41, John Sullivan, got a piece of him and hung on for dear life, sacrificing fingers if necessary to hold him.
Garcia did an excellent job. Stan Talley didn't get a lot of height on it. He got the distance, gave Garcia some time. There are 3 people in front of him right now trying to corral him in. He picks up a block, finds a simple opening, a small opening, and just hit it straight down the field.
A tear-away jersey, that could have been 6 points.
Don't allow those things in professional football.
40-yard line of Oakland, and 1:07 to play.
But you could buy a couple of cheap jerseys.
Baltimore working with no timeouts. They'd like to get it close enough for a field goal if they can. Ball is thrown short and taken by Tom Donovan, playing with a very sore hip. Tom is the fellow that likes to do the flips in the end zone when he scores. Clock is running now. 50 seconds. A lot of Nittany Lions on this Stars team. You've seen her back. Again has to throw it short, and this is caught by Willie Collier, a Panther from Pitt, brought down by Angelo Snipes. Now they're down to 30 seconds. They've got to go to the sidelines now in order to kill the clock one way or the other. And Dave Trout probably will be given a shot, though from here it'll be mighty. There's your sideline pattern, but Donovan turned inside. Fusina threw outside. They don't pick up the first down, and let's see if Trout is sent in.
Yep. David Trout goes out in the field.
This is man-sized.
He's capable of kicking it from here.
The ball is at the 38. Trout will put his tee down on the 40. It's a 50-yarder. And at 50 yards, he is 1 out of 5. In the playoffs, he's 0 for 2.
Ten seconds on a 30-second clock.
Well, they got Monty Bennett wandering around on the offensive side of the ball, but they're letting the clock run. There's contact made on the line of scrimmage. Trout's kick is up, and it is.
It looked like it was good. It would have been good, but there's a flag thrown. The 30-second clock shows 0. I don't know whether the clock ran.
Why would they let a defensive player wander around on the offensive side of the ball?
Illegal procedure. Offense.
And the 30-second clock keeps running. It's running again.
Look at the expression on Jim Moore's face. His mouth is open. He couldn't believe the call. I'm trying to figure out what the illegal procedure call was myself.
It moves it. The penalty will move the ball back from the 33 to the 38 and make it a 55-yard field goal try.
Maybe 55 and a half.
Well, now they're organized. They've got 15 seconds remaining in the first half. Hooked it left. He had plenty of leg, but he hooked it left. And so they're turned away at 11 seconds to play, which will give Oakland time to load up and go deep one more time.
The question is, at this stage, what will Charlie Sumner opt to do here? He can try and go deep for one big play and possibly a touchdown.
Throw a Hail Mary.
Throw a Hail Mary pass. Or maybe he'll try and throw a medium route, get the ball down to about the 40 or 35-yard line, and possibly send Novo Bojovic in to try and get 3 points on the board. No, Bojovic.
Well, Oakland's got a couple of timeouts. They might pick up 15, 20 yards and be able to call time and give them a chance. They really need 25 yards to give Novo even a decent chance at it. Hebert throws it underneath to Bentley. Albert's got a first down, but he's knocked down, and that uses up a lot of time. Only 2 seconds remaining now. It took 9 seconds for that play, and he is brought down at the 48 of the Stars. I don't believe Novo Bojovic. I don't believe anybody can kick a field goal from there.
He's standing right there next to Charlie Sumner, just off to his left, our camera or our TV picture right.
All right.
You see him right there.
Be a 65-yarder.
Thank you, George, for the shot.
Well, he was doing a sales job, but I don't think the coach was listening. Put another garlic in your shoe, Novo.
Someone asked Novo what this game would come down to. He said, me.
Well, the Tampa Bay game certainly did, though he had missed a chip shot earlier, but he got it when it counted most.
Now, one of the things I think you would hate to have is a kicker, a field goal kicker, who comes into a ball game to win it for you on his foot, and he doesn't believe in himself. He probably saw a little history right there. They're playing deep in the secondary of Baltimore. Jonathan Sutton is backing up to his 10-yard line. Everybody else is on about the 20.
Hebert throws it as hard as he can for Carter, and Carter got his hands on it and can't hold on. Anthony Carter got his hands on it and had a decent chance of catching it.
Well, I'll tell you, your heart has to stop just for a moment when you see a receiver, even in the crowd, come this close to grabbing onto it. Look at all the people back there in white jerseys. The ball goes up right there through his arms. He makes the next effort for it. If he gets that hand underneath, he's got a chance to catch it.
Few people concentrate as well as in a crowd as he. But he does not hold on. And the halftime score, Baltimore Stars 21, Oakland Invaders 14. The Oakland Invaders, trailing 21-14, will have the first offensive possession of the second half. And Dave Trout kicks off for the Baltimore Stars. A high hanging kick that goes to Sean Faulkner at the 3. And he's to the 17, and that'll do it. All right, Oakland is 15-0 when they score first, right?
Right.
They're
0-4-1.
That philosophy or whatever, superstition, is gone by the boards. Now, I would think this is a terribly important series right here for the Baltimore Stars as we see the halftime stats, and there's an injured man for Baltimore.
As you can see there, that Baltimore has dominated statistically in this ball game because they have taken the ball, marched it on that opening drive 80 yards, and taken it other times in the first half, marched it a good part of the field to get some points, use up the clock. They've also made some mistakes. The interception that Greenwood turned into a touchdown, and of course the penalty against David Trout after a kickoff gave them the field position, allowed them to score.
Number 66, Larry McCoy of Lamar is the man shaken up on the kickoff team. It may be that Larry just had his bell rung a little bit. He seems to be all right, and now he's going to walk off the field. Well, now, I raised the question, Lynn Swan, because you see the injury happen here. Well, he actually banged into his own man. Yeah. In each of the playoff games, the Oakland Invaders came out in the first possession of the third quarter and boom, stuck in the end zone. Let's see if they can do it against the Baltimore Stars. They start just outside their own 16-yard line. Bobby Hebert to throw. Goes in between people for Anthony Carter, and the pass is too low. AC can't come up with it. It'll be second down and 10. Bobby Hebert, Northwest Louisiana, played with a lot of injuries the last 2 seasons in college. And though he was well rated by the scouts, he literally is a total free agent when this game is complete.
And I think there are a lot of people who would like to have his services. That's another look at Anthony Carter as he went down low trying to make that catch.
Not particularly impressive numbers in this ball game for this man so far. Albert Bentley sweeping. Not a whole lot. The Stars defense it very well, particularly Sam Mills, who was at the bottom of the defensive play.
Keith, you talk about the Oakland Invaders and how they came out in the playoff games that preceded this one and did very well in the second half of play. One of the things that they do is they come in and they put in number 70 Steve Wright and number 65 Reggie Irving and number 56 Tom Tenure in on that offensive line. And that's the right side of the offensive line. People that haven't played in the first half. They're fresh, they'll play the third quarter, and then the starters will come back in.
On 3rd and 5, Hebert loops one for Carter. Anthony's got it, gets a block, but he is caught from behind by Mike Johnson, a trailing linebacker. However, he does have a first down, and Hebert was lucky to get that one off.
He was very lucky to get it off. An exceptional pass under the circumstances. He was able to put touch on that ball, floated into Anthony Carter while there was a man wrapped around his waist. You see here number 95 Fuller came in from the outside. Who was that there? Looked like number 96 Don Fielder, who came in and wrapped himself around Bobby Hebert's waist as he threw that pass.
Carter's second catch in the ball game. First down at the 39. Carter's out for the moment. Stars playing games on defense. Got Lushup showing blitz. Now he drops off, and Hebert takes a deep drop, goes down the middle. The pass is caught by Paul Bergman, a tight end. And I'm not so sure, but what that may not be Paul Bergman's first catch as a member of the Oakland Invaders. It is. Very first catch.
Well, if you're going to have an impact, this is the best time to do it.
He bumped around from place to place, didn't play for a long time, and finally wound up in Oakland. Ball at the 47. All-American at UCLA, so he knows what he's doing out there. Second down and 2 from the 47 as John Williams gets around the corner and takes the ball for a first down on the Baltimore side, out of bounds at the 44. You don't figure Williams, he's sneaky fast. He just simply, as he's running down looking for the crack or to turn the corner, he doesn't show you all of his speed, but once he hits that corner, he turns it on.
He had a little help on that particular play with number 88 Gordon Banks giving him a great block on number 26 Jonathan Sutton, so when he got to that corner he had some room to turn upfield.
First down, Invaders.
3 wide receivers.
Tie it up. Hebert all day. Down the middle for Carter. And he's got it and thrown out of bounds down around the 27-yard line. Hard to get a real clean shot on him. Mike Lush had loaded his cannon, but he didn't really get him clean.
Actually, Lush makes contact, I think, about the 25-yard line and was driving him back. I'm very surprised, Keith, that they didn't give him the mark at the 25.
Yeah, he was right there, wasn't he?
He was right there. Mike Lush makes the contact and drives him back. They should give him that forward progress.
Carter's out.
Notwithstanding, it's still an excellent catch. The ball is at the 27-yard line.
Bergman's back in, and Hebert gives the ball to Bentley. And Bentley goes from the 27 to about the 23.
So Anthony Carter coming in and out of the ball game. Both defensive units here this evening are trying to make it a very physical ball game. Everybody's coming up, gang tackling, trying to pop the ball loose, trying to create the mistakes.
Second down, about 6. Carter, and he drops it. The ball was tipped. Ball was tipped, and AC was coming back to it, falling down, and the ball just slithered beyond his reach.
Well, I couldn't tell whether that ball was actually thrown for number 32 Albert Bentley or whether it was intended for Anthony Carter.
I think it was looking at Carter.
He had enough on it to get to AC, but Bentley looked like he was a man. You see Bentley crossing right there. I think it was for Bentley.
Well,
he doesn't make the catch and tips it up in the air, and Carter had a second chance on the ball but couldn't make it.
It is third down, about 6. Third quarter, 21-14, Stars lead. Hebert's going to run with it and pick up a first down and a lot more as the big Cajun gets inside the 5-yard line.
Number 95, William Fuller, Keith, he seemed to have gotten trapped in that pass rush and gets up very slowly. But let's take a look at number 1, Anthony Carter, and watch the hold right here. They grab him right there. Gibson reaching for everything he can, bumping him all downfield. He's not called for it. Bobby Hebert does a good job making his decision to run.
It is first down and goal at the 4-yard line, and Tom Newton, the big man, comes into the backfield. Lines up with John Williams. Newton has the ball. And Tom goes down about the 3, maybe the 2.
The Stars are indicating it's a fumble. Nope, the official holds up 2 fingers. Second down. Oakland maintaining possession.
I think Jeff Whiskers, the man who covered the ball. That would be number 62, big guy out of Michigan State, left guard.
Charlie Sumner had everybody gathered around him. Still
I tell
very...
you, Charlie Sumner rivals Earl Weaver on the sidelines. He's at least a pack and a half in.
While the receivers are gathered around him, they wanted to go back in, try a pass play. But he's got his run offense in. He's got tackles. Number 74, Ray Penny, and Steve Wright at tight end.
Albert Bentley. And into the end zone, tipped away. No pass intended for Bentley by Hebert. And there was nothing but a crowd on that side. And Bobby trying to force it in. So it is 3rd down and goal. The ball is at, well, it's inside the 3 actually, and officially it would go in the books as a 2-yard play.
Credit George Jameson, number 58, for creating the pressure right there on the outside. He comes through, forces Bobby Hebert to get rid of this ball in a hurry. It doesn't give him a lane to run since his receivers are
You know what? Jim Mora and Vince Tobin think that Oakland's going to throw it again because of the defensive changes they just made, I think.
But they'll have people plug that middle.
And they are going to try to throw it. Hebert rolling out. Throws it high in the back of the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. Intended for Mike Schumann and Billy Hardee, who had just came in. Messed up the play. And Garcia Lane comes off the field, holding the back of his leg. Might be a cramp.
Well, no, it's probably his hamstring. The hamstring was injured going into the game last week. He came in and still played well. This week, he did not do a lot in practice, tried to protect that leg. Matter of fact, I saw him trying to bend over, pick up a ball in practice, and he could not really, he didn't want to bend that leg, Keith, and stretch out the muscle. Taking another look at the attempted pass play. No real pressure on him that time. Schulman comes open for a second, but Hebert just floats the ball high.
Bojovic is in for a field goal try of 19 yards. And nails it. At 9:28 to go then in the 3rd quarter, the Oakland Invaders don't get the tying points, but they at least get something out of the possession. It is now a 21-17 4-point Stars lead. It's been a tough night so far for the Cajun Cannon.
Yes, it has. That was his 2nd interception in the ball game, and as I said, coming back for the 2nd half, the team that cuts out the mistakes, I think, would come away with the victory here. That's the first big one we've seen here in the 2nd half.
Yusina gives to Alan Harbin.
Fumble.
Fumbles a football, and the Invaders have got it back. David Shaw covered the loose ball. And the Stars can't get out of the 3rd quarter woods.
We'll take another look. Ball's going to Alan Harvin. He's in the crowd there. It looks like he just gets hit. Several people. Bentley, number 50, in there. And the ball just goes out of his hands. A slow roll until David Shaw jumps on it.
And the ball is put down at the 24 of Baltimore. First down, Oakland, with 3:10 to go in the 3rd quarter.
So fate is a fickle woman.
Well, they go at it differently this time. John Williams takes it down close to the 20 and takes a mighty wallop from Sam Mills.
Sam Mills, only 5'9". It's very difficult to get lower than Sam Mills and take him off.
He got almost to the 20. The 2nd down, a long 6. Tom Newton now lines up, the big man, 240-pounder, as a blocking back. Once in a while, they hand it to him. Hebert gives it to Williams again, and John Williams pounds his way to a first down about the 11-yard line.
He got excellent blocking from the left side of the line. Number 56, George Cooper, and number 27, Mike Less, come up for the stop.
Yeah, you know what I like, though, Swanee?
What?
Number 29, little Derek Holloway, came flying in motion and got his helmet involved, too. He's in there trying to whack somebody around.
These receivers are small in height, but they do not lack the courage and the desire to go in and block and throw their bodies into the middle of all the action.
Bentley is back, but Williams is the I-back. It's first down, just short of the 11. Ball goes to John Williams. And John, his typical determined self, is down to about the 8.
The offensive line for Oakland is really teeing off now, and look at what's happened here in the second half. Look at the total yards in the first half. Oakland 101. Total yards in this half, let's talk about just the third period of play. Oakland 122 yards compared to Baltimore's 11. Simply, Baltimore hasn't had the ball and turned it over.
Yep. Ball just inside the 8.
7 seconds on the 30-second clock. Bobby Hebert did not like what he saw.
Well, he was one to check off, and he looked at the clock and saw he did not have time to effect the check off, and so he has to spend a timeout. Here's Charlie Sumner's record as a head coach. This is his first year as a head man. Interesting to note, I don't see Pete Kugler in the defensive alignment for Baltimore.
He's sitting on the bench. He hasn't been in most of this drive, and I think that's one of the reasons why this team has opted to go down the middle. You see them working on him there on the bench. They're trying to cut tape off his hands. I don't know what his injury is at this point, if it really is an injury.
This will be a 7-yard play if they get it. It is second down. Ball just outside the Baltimore 7 with 51 seconds to go in the third quarter. Scott Werner shows blitz. So does Mike Lush. And they're coming, and he gets it away. And Carter, touch. The fade route, and Carter got away from Garcia Lane that time. And Hebert took a tremendous wallop as he released the ball.
That is exactly what I was talking about. You see Garcia Lane, number 47, having difficulty getting up. He is down on that sideline, the man that Anthony Carter beat on the play. I said at the top of the show, Baltimore will blitz. The key will be if under this pressure, Bobby Hebert can get the ball away, and his receivers in man-to-man coverage can come up with the play to get the ball for the scores, for the big plays. Anthony Carter does it here. Excellent play, excellent pass by Bobby Hebert. Look at fielder number 96 as he gets right in his face. Hands up in the air, but Bobby Hebert, 6'4", is able to get it away, floats it to the outside, and Garcia Lane is down. And I have to believe that, again, that's his hamstring.
Well, they're working on both legs now. It could be a cramp, too. It's kind of a hot, muggy night. AC finally wins one. And the Oakland Invaders have gone to the lead, 23-21, with 46 seconds to play in the third quarter. Yeah, I think it's cramps.
Yeah.
Well, it was about 90 degrees close there, too, in the 5 o'clock area. So it is, even though we did have a little thunderstorm and some rain to cool things down, it's still quite a muggy night.
It has been hot here in New York and New Jersey all week long. I think the coolest afternoon, the temperatures may have dropped to about 79 or 80 degrees of high humidity every day. Anthony Carter, he's going to hang on to that football. Have it painted with the score of the ball game and his accomplishments.
No, you're not
I'm sure.
going to shut him out. You're not going to shut him out. If he's going to play the ball game against you, you're just not going to shut him out.
Well, you hope he's just controlling.
Yeah. Bojovich for the extra point, and it's good. And so Baltimore continues scoreless in the third quarter in 7 playoff games.
Take another look. Anthony Carter. He is, if he's not the best receiver in the USFL, he's in the top 2.
Well, he's totally different than your Richard Johnson, Clarence Verdun of the run and shoot. They're different kind of people. Of course, you know, Anthony keeps talking about going to the NFL, and you know who's got the draft rights.
Well, the Miami Dolphins have his draft rights, and if they get him, it'll be dangerous.
Add him to Clayton and Duper. Yahoo. Pete Kugler has had a dislocated finger. That's what they've been working on, and Pete will play in the final quarter. Right now, you've got 46 seconds remaining, and I suppose you might even consider that something of a successful quarter, because the Stars come out of it and they only trail by 3.
Well, that's correct. You see Kugler's finger there. He's probably got it dipped in some ice there.
I think one of the more entertaining stories having to do with what happens when this game is done, whichever team wins, Charlie Sumner made it very clear that he was not going to participate, nor would his team, in any kind of a mayor's parade in Oakland. If somebody else wanted to have it, fine, but if the mayor was involved, nothing doing as far as Charlie's concerned. And Baltimore people, well, there's some disagreement as to how they're going to handle that. As a matter of fact, they're not going to have one if Baltimore wins tomorrow. Here's the kickoff going to Scott Werner, and the former Bulldog from Georgia gets it out to about the 24. The city of Baltimore mayor's office indicating to the team, we're told by team representatives, that they wanted to have the victory parade for the Stars tomorrow, Monday, which meant they'd have to charter airplanes and spend $10,000 to $15,000 to go down and then come back to get their vehicles they drove here. So they're just simply not going to do it. And my suggestion was the Stars, in keeping with the tradition of the season, ought to have their victory party at a truck stop on I-95.
They just might.
Offside. Kicking.
The kicking team on the penalty flag called offside. Scott Werner returned the ball out to around the 25.
Hit pretty hard by a few people, and they wrestled him down, piled on top. And Scott Werner was kicking all the way at the bottom of the pile and got up with a semi-swing. Didn't hit anyone.
What are they going to do? Make him kick it again? Looks like it.
Looks like it. Real rough ball game here, and everybody's going after everyone else, even the kicker. Novo grabbing the little face mask. He's not going to take him on.
That's another mismatch. That's Ron Crosby, a linebacker from Penn State.
Well, that kicker's open target. Every once in a while you'll see a team on the kickoff return unit sending one man right after the kicker. Say if you get a chance to give him a clean shot, give it to him. Might shake him up. He might be a little sore, and if the game comes down to him kicking a field goal at the end, maybe he just might be too stiff to get it through.
Oh, man, you were off.
He'll kick it from the 30 with 34 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 24-21, Oakland leads. That's a very short kickoff, and a fair catch is called. Now, Mike, you can't run it. Can't return it. He called a fair catch.
Number 21, Oliver Davis, pointed it out to the official.
He got a bad mark, too. He caught the ball, I think, up around the 26-27, didn't he? And they marked him all the way back at the 25. A moment with Tim Brandt as he talks to Carter.
All right, we talk about the touchdown first. It looked like the 30-second clock was going to expire. Why?
Yeah, Bobby tried to pick up the blitz, and he ended up audible, and we had 1 second left, so I had to outroute, and luckily we got the play off.
Let me take you back a few plays before that. When you had the opportunity before, the screen they set up where Bobby overthrew you looked like a touchdown.
Yeah, he was telling me that the ball is getting very, very slippery, so we tried to put a towel on the guard to try to keep his hand as dry as possible.
All right, Keith, he's wearing a fresh towel now.
Kelvin Bryant. Big effort. And goes across the 35 and it has a first down. David Shaw and John Sullivan finally brought him down. And I'm pretty sure the Baltimore Stars are going to let the time run out at the end of the third quarter. Anything to get out of the third quarter for the Stars. This USFL championship game between the Stars and the Oakland Invaders will continue after this message and a word from our local station. Baltimore's ball, first down, going into the final quarter of play, and Chuck Fusina looking to throw. Hasn't found anybody yet. Now gets it off, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Kelvin Bryant finally broke sort of free, though there were three linebackers right there with him.
No place to put the ball. Now that that third period is over, Keith, a little bit of USFL football trivia. After 8 playoff games, the Stars have not scored a single point. And you look at the statistics, and you see that history, that tendency to be somewhat lax in the third period has allowed the Oakland Invaders to catch up.
And go ahead.
And all of the Oakland Invaders' third quarter scores and touchdowns in playoffs have been Bear to Carter touchdown passes.
Bryant is out. Fusina back to throw. Gets it off, and it is incomplete. The pass intended for Scott Fitzke, and it was just simply too high. Well, they're not showing a whole lot of anything different here in the early moments of the fourth quarter.
No, after being burned for a touchdown by Fitzke early in the ball game, number 36, Vito McKeever, has come back to play very well. That was he who was covering on Fitzke that last pass play.
It's 3rd down and 10. It's not raining, is it? I can't see any.
No, it's not raining. It's just water draining off the top deck.
Bryant is back. Oakland shows blitz. Fusina gets it off and throws it out of bounds. He had the possibility of David Riley. He had Riley isolated out there on David Shaw and Angelo Snipes. So Snipes, who's a very fast linebacker, who had been outrun by David Riley on the play, but Chuck couldn't touch the ball into him, and so they've got to punt it away.
No, he couldn't. Football very often when you're throwing the ball becomes a game of geometry and the angles that you're looking to put the ball in or that you have in order to throw the ball. That time Snipes just took the angles away.
Charlie Sumner sends 2 men deep this time, Sean Faulkner and Gordon Banks. He does not want that punt from Sean Landetta bouncing around. Catch the ball. High kick. And it does bounce anyway. They call fair catch. They let it go, and it cost them. My goodness. Frank Broyles have a fit. Catch the ball. He called fair catch and then let it go. A 52-yard punt. Baltimore Stars have it. The Invaders lead by 3. And I'm not going to suggest to you that this is anything other than a substantial play in the ebb and flow of this game. He's got Collier. And Collier makes it 1st and goal near the 7 in front of David Greenwood.
And he comes out of the ball game. Willie Collier going in
Penalty
on
flag.
3rd down plays. See who this one is against.
Holding. Number 24
Whoops.
defense. Penalty decline.
They'll take the play, obviously. The call was against Derek Martin and moves the ball 1st and goal for Baltimore at the Oakland 7 with 8:40 to play in the ball game. Well, if they stick it in the end zone, they'll lead by 4.
Which means Oakland will have to score a touchdown.
Dog, you got it?
Bryant. Big hole. Touchdown. He ran it behind Comiskey, Eatman, and Folsom.
The 4th man on the play for the Oakland Invaders, number 31, David Greenwood. He is the man that has to turn this play inside. Now watch the severe angle he takes as he blitzes in here. He takes out David Riley there, but in doing so, he gives up the outside to a very quick Kelvin Bryant. If he had been able to stand up David Riley on that play, Keith, and play off the block as opposed to bending down and taking him on, he might have had a chance to make the play on Kelvin.
Dave Trout kicks the point good. 28-24. The Stars back to the lead.
All the pursuit from the backside was just cut down. Low chopping blocks. That was Comiskey, number 69 out there blocking on number 51, Gary Plummer. You see him out there. He's a big man, but he moves very well laterally. Stands him up, then pushes him back.
And
Third
as
touchdown.
usual, in playoff games and title games, Kelvin Bryant is having a big game. He's run for 102 yards and 3 touchdowns. Let's go back to the point we made a moment ago. that in the possessions that Baltimore has had and started on the Oakland side of the field, now they have scored 3 touchdowns and missed the 1 field goal, the 55-yarder.
Football, as I said, a game of opportunity, and they have taken advantage of just about every gift, save one, that Oakland has given them.
Kickoff is bouncing around, and Faulkner having trouble getting a hold of it, and he's got a problem now. Back on the 3. Here comes the nerves.
Ball bounced around. Sean Faulkner couldn't get a hold of it.
You get into a circumstance like that where you can't get a hold of the confounded thing, you just want to stop for a minute and yell, "Help!"
That's right. The ball, he slips and the ball bounced high. He thought he could grab it, but then he lost a handle on it. Lost all the timing on his blocking up front, and that was it. He had committed. He had no other place to go.
And so the Invaders have to start just short of their own 4-yard line, trailing by 4 with 7:47 to play. Hebert quickly to Gordon Banks, and a yard short of the first down. Kelvin Bryant now with Tim Brandt.
Kelvin, when you took that corner, it looked like Greenwood had shut it down and closed it back in, but then you got help inside.
Yeah, we practice all week. See, Greenwood, he's just coming in and try to cut the play back inside. And Duck made a great block, and Big Chuck Kaminsky was pulling around there, and he got the inside linebacker Plummer.
He's the one who took Plummer out?
Yeah, he did.
All right, Keith. Hey, Keith, tell Swanee that the big guy KB says he still feels fresh.
Hey, he looks like it, too.
2nd down and 1. Williams for the first down to the 20. Big John. And that gets the clock rolling. But it gives the Invaders some room.
I'd like to remind you all that this is as close to a rematch of the first championship game ever played in the USFL as you could get, with Michigan, who played against Philadelphia in that game, merging with Oakland. And that ball game, with very little time left to play, it was Bobby Hebert to Anthony Carter for a touchdown that brought them back and gave them the championship.
277!
John Williams, good blocking on the corner, and he gets around it. And then loses his balance as he starts to cut back. But he makes a big play out of it up across the 35.
Oh. Everything except for losing his balance. That was a great run, Keith. He almost...
But watch the blocking.
Blocking is tremendous. He gets a good hole on the inside. He's got more people to the outside. That little dip he makes freezes some of the defensive people. That move just completely took out Mike Lush, number 27. He was almost into the sidelines.
John has 80 yards now on 11 carries. It's first down Invaders at their own 36-yard line, trailing by 4 points at 6 minutes to go in the title game. Hebert throws, Bentley catches, and they throw him down after about a 6-yard pickup. George Cooper and Sam Mills, the 2 linebackers, collapsing on him.
Pete Kugler, the best defensive lineman once again for the Baltimore Stars, is on the sideline once again. Not having him really hurts their pass rush.
Williams, good blocking on the corner. My goodness, they're just wiping out the people on that side, and John Williams got another big play out of it to the 41 of Baltimore.
They're rolling now. They've got all their people working in sync, working together as a unit. Daryl Markham, number 72, the right tackle, does a great job blocking here on the outside. You see everybody that's out there. Got number 64, Tracy Franz, leading the play on the outside.
So the Invaders starting this possession on their own 4 late in the ball game. First down at the Stars 41, and Kugler is now in at nose tackle. Hebert back on first down. Lets it go down the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended for Albert Bentley, and it was Antonio Gibson coming across and getting his hands on the ball. It went through his hands, but was deflected enough.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Nobody's breathing on the Stars sidelines, I'll tell you that.
The way Bobby Hebert has been throwing today down the middle of the field, soft passes, high, overthrowing receivers, you have to hold your breath every time he makes that pass. And that time he threw it right down the center.
Twist me first.
A crowd of people. Ball almost picked off.
41. Second down and 10. Carter. And Carter goes for a first down about the 11-yard line of Baltimore. Anthony Carter, one more big play.
Anthony Carter getting 5 stitches at halftime in that knee of his. Comes across. Again, he has to go up in the air to make this catch. Avoid some tacklers. And watch the hit he takes right here. Not even looking. Hangs on to the football. That pass play and run good for 28 yards.
They put it at the 13, not the 11. Time remaining there. 4 points. Stars lead. First down. Oakland.
Look for Baltimore to start blitzing down here.
John Williams sweeping. They string it out this time and throw him out of bounds back at the 15. Loss of 2. Boy, I tell you, inside the 20, these guys get rough.
Well, inside the 20, where they do a lot of blitzing, Keith, they get everybody up on that line. So if they're not coming after you when you're passing the football, they have a lot of bodies to force the plays to the outside to string it out.
Second down, 12 from the Stars, 15. And 3:15 to play.
3 wideouts in the ball game again. If it's a pass, you got to look for the man with the single coverage.
Got to look for Anthony Carter.
5 defensive backs in.
Passes away. Derek Holloway, the little man, makes the grab around the 6 in front of Antonio Gibson, hit by Garcia Lane.
I don't know what that pass play was, but there was just a crowd of people down there. Anthony Carter was there, 3 defensive backs, and Derek Holloway comes away with the grab. The man who had the single coverage was Gordon Banks at the top of the picture. You see him right there, Holloway being pushed and grabbed by Gibson. Anthony Carter was coming back into the play.
Oakland has called timeout. The ball is short of the 5, inside the 6. Oakland has 1 timeout remaining. It's 28-24 Stars and 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in this championship game.
It is so exciting. Moments like this in the championship ball game. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game. Both the offensive unit and the defensive unit right now, you know there's going to be just a little bit of a knot in the top of the stomach. They know right now offensively, if they can punch this ball in, get at least the first down, score the touchdown, they take the lead and have the best chance in the world of maintaining it and winning this ball game. On the other hand, the defense knows they've been tough down here. They've come up with some big plays. They haven't given Oakland an easy go of it inside the 10-yard line to get any of their scores. They have the confidence they can stop them. The future, this whole ball game for them is riding on this play, this series.
They need about 2.5 yards on 3rd down for a first down. Ball goes to John Williams, and he's cut down at the 5. Now you get a penalty flag. There were a couple of them locked up. Who was it? Tom Newton and Sam Mills, wasn't it? Or somebody. I couldn't tell.
It was Tom Newton, and Tom Newton did the worst possible thing he could have done. The official standing right there He's in the grip with another player. I think it's Sam Mills. And just as he was leaving, everything was fine. He just reached out, slapped him on the face mask, and the official was right there to drop the flag.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 45 offense.
Okay, now, let's consider this. If they decline this penalty, it is 4th down and 2.
I think it's after the play anyway, Keith. I'm not. It was well after the play.
Well, it was after the play. Dead ball foul.
Dead ball foul, you're right. They're going to refuse it. Or no?
No, they're not. Back it comes.
Back it comes.
To the 20.
And 3rd down. Well, you know they're now going to have 2 plays because they can't tie it up with a field goal, so they have to go for the touchdown or at least the 1st down inside the 3.
Well, it would have been 4th down and 2 at the 5. Taking the penalty, it is 3rd down. And 17 from the 20.
Defense has done such a great job so far this afternoon, Keith. I have the confidence they can stop him for the 2 yards on 4th down.
2:20 to play in the game.
The receivers now have more room to operate. Keep it in mind.
Hebert looking to throw. Carter cutting down the middle. Goes the other way, and it's incomplete. Hebert was looking for Gordon Banks, and Gordon Banks looked like he might have slipped a little. He was late getting back in front of Jonathan Sutton and had no chance. And it's 4th down.
Even if he had made the catch, Keith, on the sideline, it would have been short of the 1st down.
Yes, it would have. And Oakland has spent a timeout. So they've got to make a decision here.
He did slip down there just a bit. Bobby Hebert. Poised, he's got time.
Well, he didn't call a timeout, but he certainly, now he's got to because he's strolling around out in the field, and he's only got 3 seconds left on the 30-second clock. So he went over for this first visit, came back, and then decided that he'd go ahead and spend the timeout. Bojovic means nothing at this point because it is a 4-point Baltimore Stars lead. They will go on 4th down and 17 from the 20 with 2:06. They have no timeouts remaining. They being the Oakland Invaders.
The ball has to go inside the 3-yard line to get a 1st down at the very least to maintain possession.
Stand up. Take him, Tracy.
Hebert to the corner and no good. Intended for Gordon Banks and defended by Jonathan Sutton. And the Stars get the ball back at the 2-minute mark. 1:59 to be exact.
Jonathan Sutton made the big play last week in the first drive against the Birmingham Stallions when he picked one off and ran it into the end zone for a score. Gordon Banks trying to break to the outside. Sutton there to make the play on the ball, thrown high, bats it down, almost into the hands of Antonio Gibson, number 23. Graphically, what we've been talking about.
Now, the Baltimore Stars have to run out the clock. Oakland, with no timeouts remaining, can't kill it. And they'll just slam it in the middle. They may, somewhere along the way, want to send Kelvin Bryant around the corner. But the clock is now rolling at 1:45 and still going, and Oakland can't stop it. 28-24, the Stars trying to win their second successive, and they have played in all 3 of the USFL championship games. They go to the fall in 1986, so this is the end of spring and summer football. And the only thing I have to say is good luck. I wish them well. I surely do. Kelvin Bryant again into the middle, and the clock continues to roll along at 1:10 to play in the football game.
As Kelvin Bryant gets out of that pile, you heard the noises. We don't want to forget the people who worked on audio for all year setting up the microphones inside the helmet, giving you very much the feel of this ball game throughout the course of this season.
As for the Baltimore Stars, they lived and worked and practiced in Philadelphia. They were evicted from Veterans Stadium and a hassle over the rent. They traveled 3 hours by bus down to College Park and played before few people all season long. They carry the name Baltimore, but have never played a game there. They plan to in '86. It's been quite a remarkable organization as Kelvin Bryant takes it one more time and goes into the stack, and the clock continues to tick along at 30 seconds. The game is in the books. The Baltimore Stars have defeated the Oakland Invaders by a score of 28 to 24. And all the credit in the world to that young man right there, Jim Moore. Kelvin Bryant finishes the ball game with 23 carries, and the last 3 were useful only in running out the clock. They were not trying to make any yards. He picked up 103 yards running and scored 3 touchdowns. And it was the kind of a football game we thought it would be. Tough, bodies flying, sellout time on both sides of the field for all the players, and it wound up a 4-point decision.